Hello, everyone, and welcome to the original Next Level Gaming Podcast. I am Mike Mullis, and with me, as always, my intrepid co-host, Enrique Castellanos. How we feeling tonight, brother?
Mike, I'm doing very well, thank you. Watching the Chicago Cubs win right now, which is kind of a big deal, I think.
Did you see Rodriguez in the dugout there, giving it the old Rocky on the Gatorade?
No, I
Oh
didn't
my
see that.
goodness! Oh, that was so funny. Um, he must. I forgot what it was. Must have done. I didn't catch the play.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that. I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, it was really. Oh, hang on a second. We've got something. Oh. Okay. Sorry about that. I was playing. We were testing. We had some technical difficulties, and I was testing the stream in the background, and for some reason it started up on me. So sorry about that. I'm like, wait a minute. Are we in deja vu? So
Too
hey, got a
funny.
win. Got a win in Baltimore.
Yeah,
The Ravens beat the Steelers.
I was. You know what? My wife was talking so much trash that too. Even though they lost, she was talking trash. She kept talking about 6 championships. I said, "Oh, here we go."
You get. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to talk to your wife. Steelers fans. Ugh. I love them though. As long as they listen to our podcast, I love them. All right.
I know,
I know
right?
we're running. I know we're running a bit behind tonight, so we'll try to bang some of this out. And I've got a treat for our Xbox listeners. We'll give a little. We'll give it a little look. See at the Xbox new Xbox Experience dashboard, and show you a little bit about it. We got lots and lots and lots of news to cover. So, first and foremost, so last week we started talking about the Xbox bundles that Microsoft were putting out. If you remember, on Tuesday, we were in day 2 of a 5-day bundle swing. And so they finished putting out all of their bundles. And what I wanted to talk about was the difference in those bundles versus the PlayStation bundles, and who was going to make out kind of the best out of this holiday. So if you look, I'm going to bring this up on the Xbox side. Well, let's get back to here. There is a bundle for everyone. I mean, literally. Gears of War, Forza Motorsport, Halo 5, Elite Bundle,
Yeah.
Madden, FIFA, Fallout. Fallout, I was surprised. I think we talked about this last week. We weren't sure if Fallout was going to make a bundle, but there it is. And a surprise to me, oh, hang on. This is the Xbox site doing that. A surprise to me was the Kinect bundle. I think that's a stock clearer, if you ask me. That's just throwing a couple of games in there and saying, please buy all the rest of these. So as we go down, the Elite bundle, which has the Elite controller, the Halo 5. Now, these ones we already know about. The Halo 5. The Rise of the Tomb Raider bundle was Monday, and I know you had mentioned that and had some thoughts about that. The Fallout 4 bundle, I was surprised about this one because this is launching on the same day as Tomb Raider, and it comes with Fallout 3 as well as Fallout 4. Fallout 3 being backward compatible with the Xbox One. The Lego Movie game bundle, which now tell me if you follow me on this. Now, I've heard from a lot of the Xbox fans as well as other non-Xbox fans that this is a horrible bundle because the game is old and why would they do this? And my point was, if you are, my child is 11 tomorrow. He turns 11 tomorrow. Now, if I didn't have an Xbox One and my kid loved the Lego stuff and we went shopping for a Hanukkah gift for him and he saw this, he wouldn't care that the Lego movie was 2 years old. All he would care about is, Daddy, there's Xbox One and it comes with the Lego movie. I mean, that to me says, okay, that maybe that's the one I want to buy since it comes with a game for my kid. What do you think, Enrique? Oh, we may have lost Enrique. Are you there, sir?
Mike, can
There
you
he
hear
is.
me?
There he is.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah, I think you lost me there. I don't know what happened. I could. It's weird. I could hear you, but then I couldn't talk. So, um, yeah. So no, I think it's a great bundle. I mean, for the reasons you just mentioned. I mean, a lot of these bundles um, are directed at casual gamers too, or the casual consumers, I like to call them. And this is that bundle. This Lego bundle is geared at the dads are going to probably walk in and buy. Um, their children an Xbox One because of the Lego game bundle. So it works. It's not intended for the hardcore gamer. I don't know many hardcore gamers that are going to look at this bundle and be like, "Oh, this is awesome." They're probably going to gravitate towards something like Fallout 4, for that bundle. So I think it makes sense, and this kind of this goes along the lines of what Microsoft has done in the past during holidays. Offering a variety of different bundles that cater to a variety of different consumer taste, and that's what you want to do during the holidays. You want to be able to appeal to different consumers.
yeah, absolutely. So as we keep going, so of course we have the 1 terabyte holiday bundle. Now the bundle for the Lego Movie is a 500 gig bundle. If you see a $349 price tag, it's pretty much the 500 gig. So if you see the $399, it should be the 1 terabyte console. The Fallout bundle is, the Rise of the Tomb Raider bundle is. The standard holiday bundle, which has Gears of War, Rare Replay, and Ori, which personally I think is the best of the bunch. And then of course you have the Madden, the FIFA, the Forza Motorsport 6 with the custom console, and then the special edition Gears of War bundle with the white Xbox One. And then you have the 500 gig Gears of War bundle that's been out for a while, and the FIFA bundle, and a Kinect bundle, which, like I said a minute ago, I think this is just a stock clearer. I was surprised to see that I think they're just trying to get rid of them. And hey, let's just throw Kinect Sports Rivals, Dance Central, and Zoo Tycoon in there. And it's $4.99. I don't know. I don't know. My personal opinion is, well, you know how I feel about the Kinect. That box should have been $3.99 with the Kinect from the get go. They wouldn't be fighting and scrapping right now.
No, they wouldn't have.
So these are the bundles for the Microsoft side. Let me see if I can find while we're talking. So on the PlayStation side, of course, we have Call of Duty bundle. We have the Star Wars Battlefront bundle. Both of those with custom consoles. We have the Drake collection, the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection bundle, and those are priced at $3.99 and $4.49 accordingly, depending on. I think the Drake bundle is $3.99, and the rest of the bundles are $4.49. Now, that said, Target is running a $50 game gift card with the Nathan Drake bundle. So if you go to Target, you can get that bundle for $3.49. So I'm trying to find a place to bring up the like a picture of all the PlayStation bundles. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but just for a minute, we have all of those bundles that are going to be fighting each other starting now because the Forza bundle's out. Microsoft is banking heavily on Halo, and of course Forza and Rise of the Tomb Raider, but they have that Fallout 4 bundle. So we've got this giant battle now that's about to take place, and I'll be honest, I have no idea what's going to happen here. I don't know. Call of Duty, and we're going to get to this in a second because Call of Duty is it's a huge game. Microsoft, Sony has that. Sony has that marketing, and they have that marketing for Battlefront, and that's going to be what Halo 5 and Tomb Raider are going up against. So give me your thoughts on this one, Enrique. Where do you think the people are going to gravitate?
I've always been a big believer of during the holiday season, you have consumers that are looking for deals, right? And again, these are the casual consumers. These are the ones that are going to drive the numbers up. And I think Microsoft is offering enough variety to appeal to different consumer groups, or to their taste, and the pricing's right with a lot of these bundles. So unless Sony, Mike, unless they announce something at the Paris Game Show where they're going to drop the prices of some of the current bundles like the Destiny one, or the Nathan Drake one, or the the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 one, I'm still going to give the advantage here, or the appeal to consumer, to Microsoft right now, because I do feel that they're offering a better deal, or just a variety of different bundles that just appeal to a variety of different tastes. So, and it's something that, again, something they've done in the past. It's a formula that's worked well for them. If you look at what happened last year, that was the same thing. I remember, even during the time of the 360, it was the same thing. They were offering a variety of bundles to different types of gamers, and they were offering a variety of different deals, and that's what you want to do. So, I think right now it's probably looking in Microsoft's favor in terms of just pricing and bundles right now.
Well, and that, so interesting that you look at it in that way. There's something that has come up, that my wife works for Nielsen. Used to be Arbitron. She works up here in Maryland at the Nielsen thing. So she sends me things now and again, video game related, from Nielsen. She sent me a link to a couple of things. One was a survey, and I'm going to bring it up now. A survey of the most anticipated games coming holiday 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can see this is officially a Nielsen poll. And what they have here, they broke it out by multi-platform and then by exclusives. Now, this number is hard to see, but the most anticipated holiday game in 2015 multi-platform, 98%, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now, that's a Sony marketed game. That is the top game that everybody is waiting for, multi-plat. Oh, here it is. You can see it down here. Tops it with 98%.
Yep.
However, Fallout 4 and Assassin's Creed Syndicate both come in at 95%. Now, Assassin's Creed Syndicate is kind of marketed. I don't think it's so much marketed by Sony, but it's got some extended content by Sony. It's not really, but Fallout 4 is marketed by Microsoft, and now we have the Fallout 4 bundle. So I think the two bundles that may end up fighting each other are for, the bottom line here could be that $449 Call of Duty bundle versus the $399 Fallout bundle. So do you still think price is going to hold that out? Because the Fallout 4 bundle is not custom. It's just a black Xbox One, but it does have two games.
Well, yeah, I mean, the holiday comes down to pricing for the casual consumer base, and whether it's Call of Duty. I mean, how much is the Call of Duty bundle again?
$449.
$449. So you could, you technically get an Xbox One and Call of Duty, for $410, right?
Right.
So because the game's like $60. Yeah.
Well,
so I mean,
no, because the Fallout 4 bundle is $399. So you could.
Oh, you're talking about the Fallout 4 bundle. Well,
I mean,
Yeah.
you could get a
You
$349
know,
Xbox One and Call of Duty and still pay less. You won't get the custom
yeah.
controller or the custom
You
console.
won't get the customer controller.
So now, if you know, and this is where I guess this to me is where Microsoft can somewhere within their legal ability say, guess what, guys? Let you want Call of Duty Black Ops 3, that's great. You want Call of Duty and Fallout 3 and Fallout 4? Buy our console and buy Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and you're going to get it for the same price as our competitor. I don't know they're going to do that, but you know that's one way of doing it. Just to round this list out because it's kind of interesting, Need for Speed, which I played the beta over the weekend, is at 92%. Star Wars Battlefront, 88%. Rise of the Tomb Raider, 80%. Rock Band 4, 76%. Star Wars Battlefront's kind of uh, that's kind of surprising. I mean, that's supposed to be a big, big,
Yeah.
big title, and it's sitting below Need for Speed. What do you make of that?
Well, I think part of that I think that has to do with the game being online only or being multiplayer only. You know, and I've just said this recently. I don't think that game's going to, and it's also a newer franchise too. I mean, Need for Speed's got quite a following. It's been around for a little while. Obviously Star Wars itself has been around for a long time, but this particular game is fairly new. But I don't think this Star Wars Battlefront game. I don't think the game's going to. I don't think it's going to sell like hotcakes. I think part of the issue with that game, if we're thinking about sales, is that it's multiplayer only. So it's limited to a certain group of gamers. You know, the gamers that are okay with, buying, plunking down $60 for a game and being okay with that game only having a multiplayer component to it.
Well, and tomorrow, we're gonna all get a chance to try the beta, so we're gonna see how big this game could be. Now, there have been some people in the beta already. There were some early codes. I'll be honest with you, I had thought about asking for a code to get in early, but look, I have a full-time job. Unfortunately, I can't do this as much as I want, which is why we do these podcasts at 10 o'clock at night. And, so I was like, I'll just wait. I'll get in the open beta with everybody else. And then, we'll report on it and, stream it perhaps and such. But I just find that an interesting number that's not sitting up here with Fallout and Assassin's Creed and Need for Speed. That was really Need for Speed must have had some good impressions over that beta, which I thought was a good. I thought it was a good game. We can maybe talk about it closer to launch, but I just found this a very interesting statistic.
Yeah.
Now, if we get over to the exclusives, go ahead. What you were going to say?
Well, I was going to say back to your point about the Fallout 4 bundle. If I'm and I saw this last holiday because I knew a lot of people who are casual gamers, and they weren't looking at necessarily at times what specific game came with the console. They're looking at which deal's giving me the most games, and that's what they were looking at, whether it was the Assassin's Creed bundle or something else. So I think you're going to have some people that look at Fallout 4, right, and they're going to see the two games. And they're going to say, you know what, this is the better deal. I'm getting two games. I'm getting a new game. I'm getting the old game, and it's $3.99, and that's a 1 terabyte console too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're going to look at that. So for a lot of people, it's going to be the better deal because of what you're getting for your money.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Fallout 4 is going to be kind of a big, huge game, and you're right. It's that it's sitting right behind Call of Duty is very positive news.
At 95% too. I mean, it's you're talking about 3 percentage points.
Right
off the tops, or out of the top spot, and considering the weight of the franchise of Call of Duty over the last couple of years, that's pretty impressive to see Fallout 4 up there.
Well, and this, of course, does not split. So we don't know how many of these people are planning on getting it on either platform.
Yeah.
So here's where I think the exclusive side comes into play. Take a look at this. Exclusive titles. The Xbox One has one exclusive title that's the most anticipated of the year, and that's Halo 5. Forza's not on here. And interestingly enough, they put Rise of the Tomb Raider here because it's also Xbox 360. So I guess they consider that multi-platform. But look at this. 100% of polled Xbox One owners, 100% are and have Halo 5 as their most anticipated game. That's insane.
So Mike, you don't think it's gonna chart 1 million first day?
This game, I said earlier today in Twitter, if this game does not do 1 million units out of the gate, and I'm talking, you won't see it in NPD. You may, but I think between physical and digital, if this game does not break 1 million units within its first 24 to 48 hours, Xbox gamers have no one but to blame but themselves. Because, and we're going to talk about Halo 5 in a little bit with some of the new news that came out this week. There is a reason that 100% of Xbox One owners are waiting for this game. Versus, and I found this interesting, the only listed game for the PlayStation 4 was Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection, which we know has a bundle. Yep. 79%. So the question is, and where Microsoft that can look at this and kind of adjust their marketing, you have all of these people waiting for Halo 5 versus all of these people waiting for Uncharted. How about you say, hey, Call of Duty players, you want to use our controller. You want Halo 5. Buy our console. Here, you like Fallout 4, and you can get to play Halo 5, Fallout 3, Fallout 4. Buy our console. I mean, they could do that with basically any of these games down the list. I mean, all of these multi-platform games are coming out for the Xbox One. Tie that into Halo 5.
That's a big deal, Mike. I mean, we've talked about Halo 5 in the past and how that's one of the few console exclusives that sells like one of the elite top tier AAA third party games in terms of sales. And I'm this game, I would say don't be surprised to see this game break some records. I think
Halo 5.
Yeah, I think so.
I can't.
I really do.
So let's talk about Halo 5 for a moment. They announced this week that Halo 5's Forge is going to be insanely bigger and better than any previous Halo. And what they're looking at doing, they brought in some community folks to create some levels. What they want to do is they want to minimize the time it takes for you to actually create these levels. And they were saying levels that took 4 or 5 days took minutes for these people to build. So last month, last month, 343. Yeah. Last month, 343i brought in a group of community folks to do some cartography. They were called community cartographers to kind of get their hands on the new Forge tools. And there was a video on YouTube from some of those people, and they were going crazy over it. I guess we can use 343i's official site here. I'll tell you, I really enjoy being able to share this with our listeners so they can see what we're seeing while we're talking. Everything is, there's supposed to be, 1,600 different objects and all these different ways to put stuff down and to stamp and to do just basically, here we go, 1,600 plus objects, new object types, terrain pieces. There's just, I mean, this is coming out in December. This is not launching with the game. It'll be out in December. But good grief. I mean, this is build your own multiplayer. I know that this was in previous Halo. I know that there was a Forge mode. But I have never seen anything like this.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I mean, Mike, if you go down that list, I mean, they're talking about light objects, light fixtures, opt-in light bake, shadow clamp. I mean, these are things that we haven't seen, level of detail or customization that we haven't seen in a console game. And so, I can imagine, a lot, I could see, and I'm just thinking of my days and when I used to game somewhat competitively in some of the clans, but the clans are going to go nuts with this on the Xbox Live clans that play Halo, and the hardcore Halo fans are going to go nuts with this. And perhaps this is something that's going to even catch on with maybe the more casual Halo fans that want to take a shot at building their own maps. But that's really what this is. I mean, this is awesome. This is awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to dig into this. That's what I mean. This honestly, this game has to break 1 million coming out of the gate. It has to.
Oh,
I don't.
Mike, I'm sure it does. I mean, there's no way it doesn't break 1 million out the gate.
It's amazing to me to watch what's going on with this game. It went gold. For those who don't know, it did go gold. So there
today.
Was it went gold today. An 8 to 12 hour campaign on normal. And come on, how many of us play that game on normal? None. So you're going to have a really long campaign, a co-op campaign at that. Then you're going to have Warzone, Forge, maps galore, and all the DLC maps are going to be free. I mean, this is it's the ultimate Halo game. It is the Halo game that I think everybody who's been involved with Halo that still is probably wanted to make for a generation now. I mean, we tend to forget that Frank O'Connor is the head of 343i. It's not like he doesn't know Halo. This game is going to be sick.
People, absolutely, that's funny. That's something that they overlook. That he's still part of it.
Yeah, it's insane. So I'm waiting very patiently for the 27th. And we're gonna obviously on our channel, I think between the two of us are going to stream the ever-loving crap out of this game. So there won't be a shortage of footage coming out of Next Level Gaming for Halo 5. I'm pretty sure. We could work on a joint review. You and I, there's a lot we can do with this game. Maybe we can make some NLG created levels for our listeners and our subscribers to play. This game has so many possibilities. It's not even funny. So.
No, it really does. I mean, this is exciting news, Mike. I mean, if you're not hyped for Halo now, then I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is great.
Yeah. So it's some weeks we tend to just have a lot of news from one side of the aisle, and as I was looking across our topics that we were going to talk about tonight, admittedly, we seem to have a lot of Xbox related topics. So as we go on, I just want to let people know that this is just happens to be one of those weeks where a lot of the news is coming out of Microsoft's side. Obviously, we have Paris Game Show coming up, and as you pointed out, Enrique, they may drop the price of the PS4, and if that happens, that's going to be big news.
Well, that's big.
It would be. So we'll cover that, of course. if it happens. And what Sony did say, just to talk about Paris Game Show for a minute, Sony was asked, Yoshida was asked what their presence was going to be like at the game show, what their conference was going to be like, and he said, "Think of previous Gamescoms. Previous Gamescoms had some decent announcements and things, and I'm hoping that that's what we're going to see coming out of Paris Game Show. Is they might." They might come with some great stuff. We still need to see more of The Last Guardian. We still need to see more of Horizon, and maybe we'll get a closer look at some of those games. And we'll see if that price cut comes in. But
if that price cut happens, that's that's going to make the holiday very interesting.
It really will. It really will.
If you think about how well they're doing right now, being $50 more than the competition, imagine what it would be like at the same price.
Oh yeah.
That's big. But I don't know. I'm obviously I don't have a crystal ball. I can't predict the future, but I just don't see them doing it here in North America, just because of how well they're doing. But you never know.
I think that what you're going to see in North America is the battle of the bundle, which is what we were just talking about at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's the new price cut. What games can you bundle with the system? Call of Duty,
Sure.
Battlefront. I mean, these are two big games. I think people miss the boat when they just say, we're tired of Call of Duty. We're okay. Yeah. You could be tired of Call of Duty, but as I just showed you, it's the most anticipated holiday game of 2015. And the pre-orders for this version, because it's Treyarch, are through the roof. I'm just saying that people that discount the power of what this this marketing and the bundle is going to do, I just don't want it to take people by surprise. I think that Sony is going to be very competitive this holiday season.
Oh, of course they are. Yeah. That's they were, well, they're sitting in a good spot, and yeah, they're going to sell consoles this year, and I'm sure having those marketing deals with with Black Ops 3 and the Star Wars Battlefront, I'm sure that's going to push consoles for them.
Well, and did you see the news today? I don't know if you saw this earlier, but this has been sort of kind of a news and work. What do they call that? It's not breaking news, but it's a developing story. The Xbox pre-orders, digital pre-orders for Call of Duty Black Ops 3 were pulled from the Xbox store and Amazon, and there has been some weird information coming out of both sides on this. Activision saying they didn't pull the game. Microsoft saying that they're working with them with Activision to get it back on their store for digital pre-order, and it's really bizarre how this is kind of unfolding. I don't know if you did see this earlier, but this is sort of, like I said, it's kind of a developing story that nobody seems to know what to make of yet.
Yeah, I did see it, Mike. I thought it was a little odd. I mean, it's my assumption is that it's probably related to maybe the marketing deal Sony has.
It may be. So here's the listing on Amazon. So if you notice, it says PS4 digital code. It used to say Xbox One digital code. Now it does not. But yet it still says PC and then PC digital code. The digital deluxe version is the same way. It used to have it used to have a, now you almost can't even click on it. It grays it out. This is kind of weird. Even the season pass now is sort of, grayed out. This is kind of bizarre.
Conspiracy.
Well, Amazon, according to Amazon, this was done by the publisher, quote unquote. So, this is Activision's doing,
But
and
why would Mike? I guess my question is why would Activision do that? That's
I
interesting. I
don't
mean,
know.
I mean, I can't remember a time where a publisher's ever done that.
Well, and I
That's
don't remember
interesting.
this being done with Ghosts or Advanced
No,
Warfare. To
no.
my knowledge, you've been able to pre-order them before digitally through PSN. So, we'll what we'll do on our Twitter at OGNL underscore NL Gaming is we'll keep you guys up to date as we hear what's going on. But I just thought that was extremely crazy that now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you can't pre-order the game on the Xbox. And in fact, if you go to the Xbox site, now it simply says available November 6th, pre-order the disc from they tell you can pre-order it physically, but you can no longer pre-order the game through the Xbox site. Just find that kind of strange.
Yeah, that's really weird.
So
That's really weird. Yeah. And who knows? That could be, that could be a byproduct of, the maybe the marketing deal. But that's a pretty. I mean, if that's part of the marketing, that's pretty ballsy.
that is, I don't find that to be a good strategy. And it.
Well, it's good for Sony. I mean, is it?
Well,
But is it
yeah, it
necessarily
certainly
good for the
is. It's very good
consumer?
for them.
But is it good for the consumer?
Well, I mean, you could wait. Look, it's a digital pre-order. I don't digitally pre-order anything myself. I don't even have Halo digitally pre-ordered. I'm going to buy Halo 5. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I don't have it digitally pre-ordered. I'm not, so crazy about it that I need it to be preloaded on my system at 12 o'clock that night. I'm
I don't
I'm
know
good
about
to,
you, Mike.
well, sorry, I'm not. But doesn't mean I'm not going to buy it. So I mean, in the overarching scheme of things, how much this is a big deal as far as people buying Call of Duty Black Ops 3, I don't know. I don't know. I find taking the option away. If they didn't have the option to begin with, then it's like, whatever. But to take the option away after giving people the ability to do it, thankfully, those who have pre-ordered it will not get, they're not going to get refunded. They're not going to get their order canceled. They'll still get it. It's just, I'm not a fan of pulling stuff away like that. I would, so.
Well, I don't think it's going to have I think much impact. I think in the grand scheme of things.
So I just found it weird. I just found it an odd little thing. So, the only other things that I really found on the PS4 as far as news wise is iHeartRadio is launching on there, and I don't know if that will be background music capable like Spotify is, but it gives you another musical option on the PS4 and PS3, and that's something that's been on the Xbox 360.
Yep.
And really, that's about it. How are you coming along with the new firmware, the 3.0 firmware?
Mike, I was kind of hoping you were going to ask me that.
Well, okay. So
Let
to be fair, you've been down with the flu, which is why we didn't podcast last night, but why we're doing it tonight. So you have some excuse, but
and let me tell you something. Whiskey does work. By the way, if you guys have a flu and you're legal age, do a shot of whiskey and do a couple blasts of Afrin in your nasal passages, and you'll feel well for a little bit. But so I downloaded it, Mike, and I haven't really. Truth be told, because I've been having under the weather a little bit, and because of Destiny, um, and I haven't really tinkered around with it too much. It's just
All
kind of
right.
sitting there. So
Hmm.
I'll have an update. This weekend. I'll get to it this weekend and mess around with it.
All right. Well, maybe we can get some Twitter video, the 10-second Twitter video, and some live streams going on the YouTube page. You know
Yeah.
what? I'll tell you what we can do. You can you can stream on YouTube the PS4 version of the Star Wars Battlefront beta, and I can stream the Xbox version on Twitch.
There you
And
go.
we can give people both to look at, and they can make their own mind up as to whether or not it looks good or not. Because I guess while I brought it up, um,
I'm not
the
getting the game, by the way.
I'm still not sold on it. So this is, I
No.
call this, they may as well just say demo. Come play the Battlefront demo, so that you can see if the game's any good. And of course, because I've said this before, because I have EA access, I'll play it for 7 days and see if I like it. It's got that much time and this beta to convince me that it's for me. But we can give our listeners both versions to look at, because of course, as people may know, the Xbox version of the game is supposed to be supposedly 720p because it's the Frostbite engine that they used in Battlefield 4 and Hardline, and the PS4 version is 900p. So, I have heard from early players that the game is beautiful no matter which version you get. That the image quality of this game versus Battlefield 4 is much higher, even on the Xbox One. So the resolution may not be as big a factor as it was 2 years ago if they're packing more per pixel as as they did previous games. So if you and I can give them both sides of the coin, then people can come to their own intelligent decision as to which one looks better to them, and even if they want to buy the game. So maybe we could do that over the course of the weekend.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm gonna pass. I think on the game. I mean, I'm gonna play the beta, but I'm probably gonna pass. I have my reasons.
I don't know. Well, we're in that
Yeah, I don't want to.
12%, that 12
Yeah,
percentile.
yeah.
So no, I look. It's the same reason that I'm passing on Rainbow Six Siege, and you know how much I talked about Rainbow Six Siege.
Mhm.
Um, and I mentioned it last. We talked about it for a little brief time last week. That lack of single player campaign is a definite problem for me. I'm not a. I just to pay $60 for Terrorist Hunt isn't going to do it for me. So the Battlefront beta is going to have to really wow me into saying, do I want to spend $60 to play? Basically, and I have to be fair. Titanfall is the same game. There was no campaign. It was all multiplayer. I cannot, in good conscience, not keep that in the back of my head that I played Titanfall. I had a lot of fun with Titanfall. So the lack of the problem is that there are too many other games out there for me to spend my money on. If
Yeah,
Battlefront was launching in April, then I'd say, all right, you know what, I can give this game a chance. But there's too many other games. Am I going to play that, or am I going to play Fallout 4? Am I going to play that, or am I going to play Rise of the Tomb Raider? Am I going to play that, or am I going to be still playing Halo 5? I mean, that's the problem that Battlefront has for me, and not having that story campaign.
Yeah, well, it's not gonna really grab your attention. It's probably like you said. There's other games out there. You'll spend $60 on it. It's gonna sit on the shelf.
Yeah, and
Collect
that's a
dust.
shame because that
Yeah.
it had such, a game like that has such potential with the story
Mhm.
and you know with the lore to have a compelling story. Um,
Yeah.
you know, so anyhow, that's that. Um, so uh, let's do this. I want to show you, since we talked about the PS3 for, so you're going to take care of kind of giving people an idea of that. I would like to give people somewhat of a little bit of an idea about the Xbox new experience. Now, it took a little while for the for us to get it. I wasn't in the original set of people that were getting the dashboard. I got it on Saturday, and then promptly on Saturday, my internet went out, so I couldn't really mess with it until the last couple of days. But I'd like to show people, and you, Enrique, because you've been sick, so you haven't really messed with it either. I present
Nope.
to you the Xbox new experience dashboard. And of course, my Xbox is right over there, so it can hear me. So I'm going to say XB from now on. So this is the new experience. As you can see, it has a little more refined look. If I use my right trigger, left trigger, I go up and down so I can get to the games easier. And if you'll notice how fast, now you're going to see a little lag because I'm doing this over the Google Hangout, but I mean, you see how quick I'm going from spot to spot. There's some refinement left to do in the community side. Just so you guys know, this is all placeholder. So don't expect that this is going to be the final design, but I just want you to see how fast I'm scrolling up and down the list here. And if I click on somebody's achievement, it comes up really quick. The one guide for TV is really cool. It's been refined a lot. And I'm finding myself actually using this because if you come down here and you say, movies, and for some reason my DirecTV
Uh-oh.
has been acting up. I don't know what, but you can,
Time to switch to Fios, Mike.
yeah. So you could just check out movies from, here,
There
because
you
I
go.
have Crackle.
You got
And
Bruno there.
yeah, yeah. So you see how fast I'm being able to scroll through this. Once
Yeah,
it,
Mike, one of the first things I noticed, because I got the update yesterday, immediately I could tell how much faster it was.
oh, hang on, let me get out of that. And then of course you have the store, and the store populates quick. So here's, and once that comes up, then you have games, apps, movies and TV, and music. And I mean, like I said, it flies by. And if I want to scroll down and find a movie like Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, which I'm waiting for, waiting for it to come out on DirecTV because I'm not paying to watch that movie. So
Mike, even the voice commands are a little bit faster.
a little bit.
Yeah,
So
I noticed that too. I mean, everything
this
just
is all
feels
stuff we've
snappier.
seen before. This is all
Yeah.
the, we this is not new, but so it's really cool. And then, so if anybody has watched our video on the Windows 10 app, or if you've seen or are using the Windows 10 Xbox app, then you see this is the stuff that really is where they refined all that work, is the left side where you can just check out your friends. Now check this out. This is kind of cool. We come and find, scroll through the list of friends. They have not yet sorted by favorites. I think that's coming. But if I, let's say you're online and I want to pull up a party chat with you, I mean, this is how fast this stuff comes up now. Go to your profile, and that's how fast your profile comes up. And there's your little animated dude. But I
You
can
like
look at,
that?
yeah, that's cool. But this is how fast everything in your profile
Look at that
comes up to.
headshot. See that Destiny headshot?
Nicely done, sir. I can look at your achievements. I can look at the stuff that, the games that you're following. So, I mean, this is all fast. This is all just,
No, it's very fast. Like I said, I really noticed the uh the difference immediately when I logged on to my Xbox.
start a party online. I got my friend Rob beat Borderlands 2. Here are all of my notifications, and his is nice. You can clear them. And then if you wanted to snap something, I could snap. Let me not snap a video channel, but I'll just snap. You know what? I'll just snap Microsoft Edge. So that's how fast the snap pops up. That's good to go. So, yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It's so much faster.
Yeah, it really
Because
is.
I mean, like to be honest, the previous dashboard was just it was slow.
Oh, it was. It was very much slow. And now, clicking once, of course, brings you back to the guide, but double clicking um, brings up the guide on the side, so you can do whatever you want to do. So that's a brief look um, at the new dashboard, and of course, um, there's still some refinements to do. So you go into my games and apps, and it's still that long list. I'd like to see them do something different with the long list of gameage. But it's good stuff. I like it. I like the dashboard. I think that they're onto something, and it is definitely faster. So there you have. This is the nice part about how we're doing this live, is we're able to show this to you in real time. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So, all right. I think, what else did we have to talk about? A couple of quick hits. Microsoft purchased Havok from Intel. Now,
That's big news.
yeah, for those who don't know what Havok is a physics engine that is in pretty much every game you've ever played. Here's what basically this means for them. They have their own physics engine that they can now kind of do what they want with. They can integrate it into the DirectX 12 API if they wish. They can continue to develop it. However, Microsoft did actually say that they were going to continue to license this to third parties and to their, even to Sony and Nintendo. If they wish to continue to use it, they are welcome to. So if nothing else, they're going to get paid a license fee every time any game uses Havok. That's unheard of.
Money in the coffers for them.
Right. It's it's so funny because just about every game uses Havok in some form. They've talked about Crackdown using it. Crackdown 3 was going to use it. Halo uses it. Dark Souls uses it. I mean, this is a tool that actually goes back. It goes back many generations. They were using the Havoc engine with the PS2 and the Xbox. I mean, this is not a new product, and just the list of games that uses it. I'm not
No,
look.
was this
I'm not a big Wikipedia guy, but just because. These are the games that use Havoc in some form or another.
and this just adds to Microsoft's already, you know, set of tools they can offer. You know, DX12. This is just an addition to all that stuff that they
Yeah,
can offer now.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
and
oh, here.
their new Havoc has that new 3D um thing that they announced recently, right? That was kind of based that had something to do with cloud.
Yes, which is what Crackdown's going to be using now.
Yeah.
Cloud-based, the cloud-based physics engine.
Yep, that's what it is. Yep.
Just to go along with what they're doing. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is Worms. Worms uses
Worms. There you go.
it. I mean, Left 4 Dead and World of Tanks and Call of Duty and Fallout 3 used it. I mean, every game in the last 15 years has used Havoc in some form or another. I mean, it's just what it is. So them owning that engine, even if they go the Minecraft route, that's money for them. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, no, it is. And again, this also ties into what they're, obviously what they think they're trying to do with cloud. And so, I think that it's a smart move. I mean, it really is, and it's another revenue stream from them, and it's going to help them with, their push to, implementing utilizing cloud. So, now it's funny when that came out, when that news dropped, and people were speculating, okay, well, when's AMD coming? Because there's been that rumor for a while now that Microsoft was going to buy AMD.
And they might still. I wouldn't bury that rumor just yet.
No, I wouldn't either.
So
I wouldn't either. And that would be wow. That would be big.
that would be huge. By the way, there were a couple other things about the NXOE that I didn't get a chance to mention when we turned to Havoc. A couple of other things that are coming to the Xbox One. First off, 12-party chat is already there. So that was last week. I think it was on Friday that happened. I cannot remember the exact date, but you do not have to have the new dashboard for it. But now 12-member party chat. Obviously for Warzone, because that's 12 on 12. So I'm thinking you put two and two together and you kind of think that that's what it's for. But it's not required to have on the new. So if you have an Xbox, you have that now. Custom button mapping is coming to all controllers. They did not say when that I could see, but I'm imagining around the time that the Elite controller is out, they are going to allow you to map all the buttons, all the controllers' buttons, which is kind of cool. That's something that Sony has, and that's something that now Microsoft will have. And no Cortana until 2016.
I was a little disappointed by that.
I am too, but
I was hoping we'd have it this year.
yeah. So I'm hoping it'll be worth the wait. If I like what they demoed with it. But we don't know when in 2016. So
yeah.
All right. So we've been over that. We've been over the Battlefront beta. We've been over a little bit of the PS3 firmware. We're going to get into more of that next week as you get it tested out and stuff. Far Cry Primal was announced by Ubisoft February 23rd, 2016. They put out a
I'm not
reveal trailer yesterday.
interested.
So yet another Far Cry is coming.
I'm not really interested, Mike. I know I sound like a hater, but I'm just not.
It's Far Cry, but it's Far Cry with cavemen. I mean,
That's why I'm not interested.
and big mastodons and things like that. I'm all for
Yeah,
something that's different. I mean, if you're going to annualize a franchise like this, go for
it's Far Cry
something.
though.
I know, but go for something you've never done before. And
I
this
get to
seems
hunt
like,
mastodons.
yeah, this is something that's never been like. Who else has done a caveman game like this?
Well, no one really, but it's still Far Cry.
I know, but this could be good. This one could be
Yeah,
good. We'll see.
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Um, and let's see, we covered that. We covered that. All right, one last thing we'll end on. So Shenmue III.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yu
Yeah, I'm
Suzuki
not.
needs more money.
That guy. So this this whole thing is just. I remember when we talked about this past summer, and this does this smell like a train wreck?
I, I'm sad. I'm
Yeah, I am
truly.
too.
You no idea how sad I am at this. Not just because it's only coming to the PS4 and PC, but I, I just to watch what's going on. I mean, he opened up a new, not a Kickstarter, but like
PayPal account or something.
yeah, something like that. Because he said the $6 million that he has for the game is not enough to make the game visually good looking enough. And
Oh, jeez.
and I mean, I, we know that really this really has got me. You can see this has me tongue tied. At this point, Sony should just step up and fund the rest of the game. I mean, this is ridiculous. And
Yeah.
you know, if you're gonna do this right. You brought this man out on your stage, and you got the entire E3 press conference audience hyped up and in a frenzy over this game, and you left him to a Kickstarter that now he needs more money for, and Sony needs to step up and just go ahead and finish funding this game. Do I'm beyond. I'm now beyond the idea of, well, you know, you should bring it to all consoles. It's not happening. It's not coming to the Xbox. Xbox gamers need to get over it. So I wasn't I wasn't thinking of the, you know, do it for the game mentality before, but now I am. For the good of the game, for the good of finishing the game and doing it right. Don't let Shenmue end like this, Sony. Pick up the rest of the cost and just get this game done. I'll 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 buy it for the PC, play it on the PC, unless I have a PS4 by 2017, and then I'll get it for the PS4 if it's not coming for the Xbox. But don't do this to the game. Don't do this to Yu Suzuki. Don't don't turn Shenmue 3 into a joke, which is what's going to happen if this goes like this. I mean, this is what he said to Eurogamer, Enrique. This is what he said. I could do with a bit more money. The game itself doesn't have to be gorgeous visually. A lot of the money these days goes into the graphics. If we perhaps compromise on the graphics and put more into the story, we can make a good game. The most important thing to me is that the game's interesting and it's something people want to play. Now, we know that people like graphics. We know that
Yes.
people are, you know, that's what's driving a lot of the console sales these days is P's and graphics and frame rates and crap like that. So if you are going to do that, then just do this right. Just get it done. Fund the game. Be open about it. Take the lumps for not being open about it earlier. Just get the game done. Get it done right. That's all I can say.
It's yeah. I mean, Mike, it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, it's here's a developer who, in my mind, is somewhat to me, because I was a big fan of the Shenmue series, and big Sega fan myself. He's somebody that is maybe an iconic figure in game development. Do the guy right. It's sad for me to see. It was sad for me in E3 to see him being paraded out there, and asking for money, and doing the whole Kickstarter countdown, and now we have this.
Right.
And for such a great fan, I love Shenmue. I know not everyone's a big fan of it. I loved it. I love the Shenmue 1 and 2. I mean, it's one of my favorite games of all time. One of my favorite franchises of all time.
You can't see it,
You know,
but I'm sitting here holding my Xbox copy of Shenmue 2. And of course, I have my Dreamcast copy of Shenmue.
but
Those
but but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's embarrassing. It's sad. It's so sad. I mean, it's like, and you're right. Sony should come in and say, hey, you know what? We got this.
Exactly.
We paraded you out on stage at E3, right? We got you. We
We
got
made
this.
we made this basically our game. We're
Yeah.
we're we're trying to sell consoles on the back of your game by bringing you out to show everybody it's a PS4 game.
Yeah.
This man is responsible for Outrun, Space Harrier, Hang On, Afterburner, Virtual Fighter, Power Drift, 350 F355 Challenge, which remains one of the coolest arcade racing simulations ever, Virtual Cop, Sonic the Fighters. This man is responsible for a lot of my youth. Get this game done right. Get this
And Mike,
game done right.
Yeah, and he
I
deserves.
will put it.
He
I will
deserves
put it
better.
this way: if Sony steps up and does this right and takes care of this game and takes care of Yu Suzuki, that may be what pushes me over the edge to to get my PS4 before I can really afford it, because that's taking care of a childhood icon of mine, and I can handle. If you're not going to do that, then give Yu Suzuki the opportunity to bring the game to other consoles and let some other people donate. Then, if you need that much more money, I had said from the beginning that if he added the Xbox One to the Kickstarter, I would actually have put money in. I would actually have backed the game, and I have never in my life backed a Kickstarter before, ever. But I would have done it. So that's my challenge to Sony. If you're listening, get it done. Get it done.
Sounds like a bad True Hollywood story.
Really, right?
I mean, it really does. I mean, it's sad. It really is. I mean, the more the more I listen to you talk about this, Mike, and the more I'm just sitting here shaking my head. I'm just like, come on, they should do the right thing here. I mean, and I understand this is a business first and foremost. I get that, and I get there's a risk involved here, but throw the guy a bone. He's an icon.
Right. Get it done. Get it done. So, all right. Centered, calm. I'm good.
So you should be good. You should be good. The Ravens won last week, so
this is true. They're going to be 3-3 by the time this is done. So, all right. Last thing on our agenda, I just wanted to give a quick shot of the Need for Speed beta. We weren't able to do any kind of video or capture because there was an NDA on it. I'll just tell everybody, don't be afraid of this one. I enjoyed it. It kind of reminded me of without the circuit racing, what Need for Speed used to be, and it had some very cheesy, but cheesy in a good way, full motion video for the cutscenes. So it was kind of like they're kind of like making it kind of like a Fast and Furious movie. I enjoyed the beta was actually once you could get in, there was some server issue at the beginning, but once you got in and was racing around, the controls were very solid. The game felt really good. I did see other people racing and driving around the city, kind of a la Test Drive Unlimited. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing what the final game is going to be like. I kind of enjoyed that beta. I was sorry I didn't get as much time because, of course, again, my internet went out over the weekend. I'm sorry I didn't get as much time with it as I was hoping to, but I'm going to give this game a look-see when it comes out, and I'm positive on it. I'm kind of positive on it. So
so one of our listeners of our podcast, buddy of mine, Shiz, who listens to us every week, he's gonna like hearing this because he's actually
thank you, Shiz.
Thank you, Shiz. He is a big Need for Speed fan, so he's gonna appreciate the feedback that you just gave on that game. So I know it's something we were talking today actually because he just picked up Forza 6 and he was talking about the new Need for Speed. So I know he's excited about that.
Well, like I said, I think it's a good start for them, and it's a reboot. So I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing with it. So with that, we've actually come to the end of our podcast. We
had a late start because of technical difficulties.
Right, but we rolled. I mean, we rolled through this. We're going to hit this in under an hour and a half again. Congratulations, my friend. There's some things going on. We've got some changes coming up to the podcast that we'll let you know. Unfortunately, Amber is no longer going to be with us. She's got a whole second
manager at Bungie for Destiny.
Yeah, she's got a whole second life in Destiny, and look, more power to her. She has, if you look, she has so many followers and clans. And remember, this is the girl who bought 4 copies of The Taken King. She plays on both consoles. She is really, if there is anybody who should be the ambassador for Destiny, Bungie, you guys really need to reach out to this girl and really talk to her, because I've never seen anybody with a single game like this have so much dedication towards it. So with that, she's only got so much time to deal with things, and something had to give, and unfortunately it was us. But Amber, we wish you the best, and thank you for the contributions you gave to Next Level Gaming. You helped us get started, and you helped us get rolling, and so we're gonna miss you. Looks like it's for a little bit. Looks like it's gonna be the two of us, which. I think we handle things well, don't you? Not to toot our horns.
We do okay.
We do all right for a couple old guys. Well, me older than you.
Speak for yourself.
We do have some other things coming. We're going to start lining up some more content, some different things. We're gaining some new subscribers. We're getting things where we want them to be. I have a review of Polychromatic coming out for the Xbox One, hopefully over the weekend. We've got some other games coming up, and we've got some people that have expressed an interest in coming on the podcast and talking to us, some developers and some good people. And so we're going to figure out how to get those people into our show and do some interviews with some industry folk and see where that goes. So with that, I don't have anything else. Do you?
Yes, I do actually.
What have we got?
All right. I do have one more thing. So, Mike, have you given any more thought to Destiny?
Damn it! I should have just
I'm going to
said
ask.
good night, everybody.
I'm going to ask you this every
I,
podcast. Well,
I,
again, I only ask this because I know that you like co-op games, and to me, that's like the ultimate co-op experience right now. And that could possibly change, in another 3 weeks with Halo 5 coming out. But
and there you
I
go.
don't know.
There's my answer. When am I going to have time? When am I going to have time?
This is true.
I have you to live vicariously through. Oh man, I don't. Look, it has crossed my mind a couple of times. I do see, going back to Amber, I do see all of the tweets that she puts out about the game and how into that game she is, and it's amazing how you can get into that game. I just, in a different holiday season, I could see it. I'm just not sure. I'm just, let me put it this way. Obviously, Rise of the Tomb Raider is only going to take me so long because it's single player. Fallout 4 could take forever because it's just huge. Halo 5 is going to take a finite amount of time because of the campaign, and I'm not sure I'm getting Battlefront. So there may be an opportunity for Destiny to slide in there. I just don't know yet. I just don't know. I'm still, I've thought about it. I don't know. I still haven't had a compelling reason to jump that fence.
Yeah, I like I said, I think I'm skipping Battlefront only there's a couple reasons, but the biggest reasons it's just Halo 5's coming out. I mean, I'm not going to put much time into that. And Tomb Raider comes out, Fallout 4. For me, Fallout 4 actually might get backlogged now into early next year. I mean, because I just time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably going Tomb Raider before Fallout. My
Me too.
order of games here is I already have Forza 6, and next on the docket is Halo 5. After that is Rise of the Tomb Raider, and then from there I got to figure out where what I'm doing. It's going to be. I mean, I'm going to play Fallout 4. There's no doubt. I mean, the game. I loved Fallout 3. I loved New Vegas. That's a great series. I don't want to disparage it or make it sound like I'm not interested in Fallout 4. I will be playing Fallout 4. I just don't know that I'm going to play it before Rise of the Tomb Raider because obviously my love for Tomb Raider goes back, nearly 20 years. So I don't, that's going to be my first game over Fallout 4, but not because I don't like Fallout 4. It's just this is the choice I have to make. So
I hear you. I'm kind of in the same boat. It just I wish I had more time, but it is what it is, and so I think like I said, Fallout 4 is going to be something I push back to 2000, probably early 2016, where I'd be able to hopefully put some time into it. Because that's going to be a monster of a game.
It is. It's going to be huge, and it's going to take up a good chunk of time. So, by the way, I'm reading just as we're wrapping up. I am reading that there is a controller update for the NXOE, for the Xbox dashboard. I will take care of that and let you guys know via Twitter if it's any different. One thing that I did have issues with was when I would fire up the controller, it would blank out the screen for a second. So I'm hoping that fixes that. Yeah, but that's just
See, I haven't had that problem.
The things I've seen are minor.
Yeah, who's having a lot of issues is Brian. He's having some pretty. Yeah, he's having a lot of issues with it. He's tweeting it out right now, I think, as a matter of fact. But I know he's had some pretty serious issues.
Huh. Well, I'm not having any huge ones, but we'll see. I'm going to do the update and we'll go. All right. So, as always, this has been a great night. I'm really glad that we find the time to do these podcasts. Sometimes it's also just nice to just talk some games for a while and talk about what's going on in the industry. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm glad to have you here, Enrique.
Glad to be here, Mike.
So,
Glad to be here, man.
So for the particulars, as always, we thank everybody who's been listening live to us and who is about to listen to us via the magic of YouTube. Please subscribe to our channel. We are continuing to grow, and we do like that. And of course, the more we grow, the more content we can bring you, the more we can show people that, hey, we're worth you letting us cover your stuff. So subscribers, please. And if you enjoy and are subscribed, recruit someone to check us out. Give us a like on the video. Give us a couple of comments below if you like what we talked about tonight. If you disagree with anything we've got to say, if you guys want to chime in on the Xbox versus PS bundles, or if you have some comments about what we showed you with the Xbox dashboard, or if you want to chime in with your impressions of the PS4 3.0 firmware, we'd love to have it. I always say just leave your fanboyism at home and come have a conversation with us. Subscribe to us on the channel. Follow us on Twitter at OG_NL Gaming and on Twitch at OG_NL Gaming. And I'm pretty sure that at this point, I think I can promise with some confidence that we will be back to Tuesday night at 10 o'clock starting next week, come hell or high water.
Technical issues.
I have to really give a shout out to our listeners and the people who are listening live now. Our schedule has been really weird with illnesses and things going on, and we've shuffled this around to, well, we can't do it tonight, we're going to do it Wednesday night, or no, we're going to do it Thursday night. Tune in on Tuesday, and then Tuesday night comes along, and I'm like, oh, we can't do it till tomorrow. I really appreciate everybody. We appreciate everybody who has stuck with our rotating schedule, and I promise we are working hard to get back to that Tuesday at 10, and I think next week we're just going to buckle down, and that's what it's going to be. So you guys know that every Tuesday at 10 you tune into the Next Level Gaming podcast. Any final words there, Enrique?
No, just congratulations to the Chicago Cubs. They moved on.
Did they really?
So I'm actually happy that, I remember my last playoff memory with them was, I think they were in the playoffs 2000. When was it with the whole foul ball incident with them?
I think
they were an out away from going to the World Series.
Oh, good gracious. You're going to make me look this up real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know you were a Cubs fan.
I'm not a Cubs fan. I just have a, soft heart for them. They haven't won the World Series since before America was discovered.
It was the 2003 National League Championship Series.
Yes.
Wikipedia calls it the Steve Barton incident.
And I believe he was at the game today.
Was he really?
I think he was.
I do remember this now. So Steve Bartman, a Cubs fan, deflected a foul ball that was supposed to be right.
It would have been the final out.
The final out, and then they lost, and that was it.
Yeah. So I have a soft spot for the Chicago Cubs, and it's nice to see them, advancing to the NLDS, and they're playing the St. Louis Cardinals. So,
oh, cool. I don't have I don't care one way or another because once the Orioles were out, I was. Yeah, I have such a hard time with baseball in Baltimore anyway, just because we have a really cruddy owner. But yeah,
he's the worst.
He really is.
I don't like.
So he does everything he can to make me not want to be a baseball fan. We're gonna lose.
I know.
We're gonna lose 3 good players very quickly to free agency, and because he won't step up.
Who are you guys gonna lose?
Chris Davis, Darren O'Day, and Wei-Yin Chen. They're all gone. they're all gone because they just won't. Our front office won't pay him. Dan Duquette wanted to be a Toronto Blue Jay in the worst way, and so he did absolutely nothing for the offseason, and this is the product of it. So, I just they make it very difficult for me to enjoy baseball, and so around this point in time, as a PSL owner, go Ravens. That's pretty much where my focus is. Of course, I look over at the Ravens and they have no receivers, so they're going to play the Browns, thank goodness. But when Kamar Aiken is your number one receiver for that game, I'm thinking that it's going to be a closer game than people think.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, speaking of football, we're 2-2, by the way.
Yes. How did that happen?
Tied for first place. Imagine that.
How did that happen?
I don't know, but I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts because it won't last long.
Oh my God. Kirk Cousins.
We'll go 1-11 the rest of the season.
Oh man. Then RG3 will be a Raider. Well, no, they got Derek Carr. RG3 will be a fill in the blank.
He's going to be selling hot dogs at the stadium soon.
This is true.
I mean, Jesus, I don't even suit the guy up.
Man. And you know what the worst part about the Cubs game was? Jake Arrieta was an Oriole, and we let him walk because he wasn't that great. And he was. He's going to the playoffs.
He's a stud.
So
he's a stud.
Anyway. All right, so
the Orioles. I really don't like Peter Angelos. He's terrible. He's terrible. Is he still alive?
Who?
Peter Angelos? Is he still alive, or is it son running the team?
They roll him out at the end of the season.
Oh my God! He's got to be 100 years old.
He's breathing asbestos at this point.
Yeah.
The guy. Yeah.
Right, that's how he made his fortune.
All right. Well, we thank everybody for listening to the original Next Level Gaming Sports Podcast.
That's terrible, Mike. Asbestos. That is terrible. Oh my God.
With that, I think it's time for us to go.
He likes to sue. He likes to sue people. By the way, you better be careful what you say about him.
This is true. He is a lawyer. Well, if he sues, he might get enough money to pay for a player. But I didn't say that out loud.
Oh, boy.
All right. Now, with that, now I'm all wound up. So
that's the NLG Sportscast.
Yes.
Our sports minute.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. As always, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate all of our listeners. You guys are helping make this what this is. And we'll hope to see you next Tuesday night at 10. Everybody have a wonderful week, a fantastic weekend. And on behalf of Enrique and myself, as always, from the Next Level Gaming Podcast, play on, gamers.